Assalamu alaikum everyone. Wonderful morning, wonderful evening, wonderful afternoon, and wonderful night. I hope you all have a wonderful day. My name is Banahir Forest Wali, and I'm here today from Kranchi, Pakistan. We have a very special guest with us today, someone who has in extending a warm welcome to Ali Ayman. Ali, we are truly honored to have you here today, and we're
Thank you.
excited to learn more about your inspiring journey. So, without
Thank
further ado, let's delve into your life and experiences. So, welcome, Mr. Ali. How are you?
I'm good. And you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm also good. So, first of all,
What?
please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Again, I didn't listen you.
Okay. Uh, please introduce yourself for my viewers.
Okay. Okay. I'm Ali Ayman. I'm 18 years old, a senior at Dakahleya STEM High School. And this is me. And I have the pleasure to be with you today.
Thank you so much. Can
Thank
you
you.
tell us more about your role as the co-founder of Creative Helpers team? What inspired you to start this venture?
Okay. First of all, Creative Helpers team is a team that has three aims. Okay. The first aim is to make people know about the committees in the team. For example, if you are applying for an HR role, which is human resources, you have to know the basics of the HR, how to work like an HR. If you also want to work like a graphic design, you have to know the basics of graphic design. Okay, and also the other committees. So the first aim of our team is to make people know the committee, what the committee do, or what you can do to work in this committee. Okay. The second aim that we work on is summer programs and the competitions. We make people know about the summer programs and competitions by our WhatsApp group. We tell them the informations about the summer program or a competition, and we tell them the deadline of it and how to apply on it. Okay. The third aim that we worked on is the scholarships. We found some people that have already got a scholarship that study in the USA or in Hungary or in Turkey, and they had a full aid scholarship. Okay, so we worked on this point too to get a better experience of studying, of for studying. So my role at Creative Helpers team is the co-founder of the team, which is managing all the aims of this team. Okay, which are the three aims. What had inspired me to work as a co-founder of Creative Helpers, it was that I and my friend, which is the founder of the team, a day we found that our friends are applying for some teams, but they don't know what are they applying for. Yeah, they are applying only for the popularity. They know that HR is a popular major, so I will apply for HR. But do you really know what is an HR rule? You don't know, so you don't have the basics. So we made at this time a YouTube channel which is called Creative Helpers, and this channel aims to learn people or teach people each all the communities that are in the teams, like HR, graphic design, video editing, also OC, and also marketing. And this is
All right, thank you for sharing. So,
welcome.
as a junior academy member of 2022, what were some of the key experiences or projects that you worked on? How did they contribute to your personal and professional growth?
Okay, a Junior Academy program. It worked on three challenges. Okay, but you have to choose only one challenge to work on. So I and my team we have choose the climate change challenge. So for working on any challenge, you have some steps that you have follow. These steps are called the EDP. EDP is abbreviation of engineering design process. Okay. At first, you have to understand the challenge that you are working on. And after that, you have to search for the prior solutions. What are the prior solutions? Are like solutions that have already tried before to solve that problem or to solve that challenge. Okay. And after that, you have to work on your idea to get your idea to work on. You can generate a new idea or you can get one of the prior solution and try to improve it. Okay, so I and my team, after all these steps, we worked on a project which is making a reaction between carbon dioxide gas and hydrogen gas to produce methanol and water. So why we do all of this, and also by using a catalyst which is nickel. So the reason of using this chemical equation is to getting methanol. Why we get methanol? Because we can use methanol like fuel to generate for industries, and we can use it in a lot of things. That was our idea at the Junior Academy program.
All right, thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome.
So, you were also a participant in the Brock's Bravery summer
Yeah.
program in 2022. How
Yeah.
did this program enhance your skills and knowledge? What were some memorable moments or achievements from this program?
Okay, Proxy program has a lot of sections that you can apply for. The sections that I applied for was engineering design, and the second one was Python programming. The first one, which was engineering design, our instructor, which was called Ram, he teach us how to make 2D models and how to make 3D models. Okay, so we start doing these models by using an app which is called FreeCAD app. Okay, the best part of this that at the end, after finishing this program, I could make my cupboard. I made it like in 3D. Okay, so a 3D model. I make my cupboard as a 3D model. So it was a very. It may seem a very basic thing, but to achieving it is a great achieve for me.
All right, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, being an AIAC International Astronomical Congress participant in both 2022 and 2023, what
Yeah.
were the highlights of your participation? How did these experiences shape your perspective on space explorations and technology?
Okay, IAAC is a competition, okay, for astronomy and all of that. So to enter this competition, you have to study a lot astronomy. Okay, you have to know a lot of information about galaxies, about the planets, about the type of galaxies. You have to know a lot of information about the space. Okay, so you enter this competition and you have a lot of questions that you have to respond. There are 3 or 4 sections. You have to respond all the questions and then submit your answers. Okay, these answers you have to respond them. Of course, by your studying, they can ask you in the laws of gravitational. They can ask you in the law of the light, year speed, and a lot of questions. So you have to study well first for this competition and know a lot of information about astronomy, and then you can apply for this competition and achieve great achievements, and a fun fact that I have learned from this competition while I was studying, that 1 million earths can fit inside a sun. So it was a fun fact, information that I know.
All right. So now let's move on to next question.
Okay.
How do you balance your various commitments and responsibilities, such as being a co founder, participating in research programs, and attending summer programs? What strategies do you use to manage your time effectively?
Okay, I balance all of these by, of course, time management, managing. Okay, as we are in STEM schools, STEM school is, you can say, that have another way of learning. Okay, the most important thing that they have taught us at first at STEM schools was the time management. Okay, so you can't how you can't managing your time at first. You make like a timetable and then you make a list. Okay, in this list you write all the things that you have to do, okay, or that you have to handle. Okay, after making all this list, you have to choose the priorities, which are the most important things in this list to work on first. Okay, So you start to make it numbers, like the first thing I have to work in my team, which is creative developers. The second thing, I have to work more on my summer programs. The third thing is that I have to work on my competitions that I have participated in, and all of these stuffs. So first, you have to manage your time. You have to know how to manage your time. You make a list, and you make like a priorities. You choose your priorities in all the tasks that you have written. Okay, so this is the way to achieve all what you want to achieve. Okay, your achievements.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So my next question is that can you share a specific example of a challenge or obstacles you faced during your journey and how you overcome it?
Okay, I think that this question is related to the previous question. The very biggest or the enormous obstacle that have faced me was the time management at first. Okay, so if you don't know how to time or how to manage your time, then you can't do anything. And if you're not started, you won't ever do anything. Okay, so as I told you before, because of my studies at STEM school, and it's a different way in studying. Okay, because in STEM school, you don't study like other schools. What's the difference? What's the different or the special in STEM schools? That we in STEM, first of thing, you have to know what's the abbreviation of STEM. Okay, STEM is an abbreviation of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, so what makes us special, or what makes STEM school special, is that all what we study, from biology, physics, any subject that we study, we have to apply all these subjects to make a project. Okay, for each semester. For each semester, we have a challenge to work on, and at the end of the semester, we have to make a project. That project, to make it, you have to apply all what you have learned in all the subject. You have to apply what you have learned in physics, like the magnetic field, and all of this stuff. You have to apply what you have learned in biology and all the subjects. Okay, so the very obstacles that you can face is that you have your studies, your projects that you have worked on, and the competitions that you had applied on, and the summer programs that you had applied on. So you have a lot of things to do, okay, at the same time. So the biggest obstacles that you can face is the time managing. So how you can manage all of these, the summer programs and the competitions, and try to apply for scholarships, all of these beside your studies. Okay. So the biggest obstacle, as I told you before, was the managing my time.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. So, what your future goals and aspiration, both personally and professionally? How do you plan to leverage your experiences and skills gained so far to achieve those goals?
Okay, first, my goals that I really want to achieve is to get a scholarship of mechatronics engineering in the USA or Germany. The second goal that I really want to achieve is also to get a scholarship in computer science. It can be also in USA or Germany, or any place. Okay, so how can I use all the skills that I have learned, and all the things that I have learned in my life, the competitions, the teams that I have entered, because I am already the head of HR in almost of the teams online, and the vice head, and already I am a co-founder. So how can I use all of these experience for applying for these measures? Is that when you apply for a scholarship, there are some conditions for applying it. Of course, you have to get some academics. Okay, that's the first point. Your academics. The second thing, you have to already achieved participated in student activities, like summer programs, like competitions. You have to be participated in them, and you also have to be participated in volunteering, like charities, online teams, all of this stuff. So I think that it will all of this journey would help me a lot in achieving what I want to really achieve, which is getting a scholarship in mechatronics engineering or getting a scholarship or in computer science field.
All right. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
sharing. So my next question is that how do you stay motivated and continuously push yourself to explore new opportunities and excel in different areas?
Okay, the thing that made me motivated a lot, it isn't an expensive thing, but you know, when I made some progress or achieved something, I reward myself. I don't want to reward myself for something expensive and all like that. You can reward yourself by by like a piece of chocolate. You know, you can reward yourself by only hanging out with your friends. Um, there are very simple things. Another thing that motivates me a lot and all of that on all of my journey was my friends. You know, they are like a supportive type. They support me a lot, and also my family. They had support me a lot in achieving what I'm working on to get to make a real progress or a great progress. You know, so these are the all things that motivate me a lot.
All right. It's so amazing.
Thank you.
So, how would you describe your leadership style and how has it contributed to the success of your team or projects?
Okay, as I told you before, that I worked already as an HR, which is human resources. I work as a head HR for some of teams, like not only for girls team, health guards team, and also activities hub team. I worked as a head of the HR. So for being the head of the HR, you have already to achieve some skills. Okay, one of them is the leadership. Okay, the HR, the HR assistant, which is the human resources, have to know how to be a leadership, how to lead all the people that are under his hand. Okay, if he didn't know how to be a good leadership, of course the team wouldn't continue or wouldn't success, it will fail. Okay, so one of the important things that made me a good leader or already know how to lead, already know how to lead a team or how to lead a team like in a teams or a team like in a competition or summer program or anything. It was that that's because of the HR, of the human resources. Okay, so it helped me a lot in being a leadership or gain the leading skill.
All right. So, how do you update it with the latest trends and advancement in your field? Are there any specific resources or strategies you find particularly useful?
Okay, the first question you said how I still be latest and just things that the competitions and summer programs that are being announced. As I told you before, that my team, which is Creative Helpers, we already worked on the competitions and the summer programs. How we work on it? We have a committee, okay, which of course is a research committee, and another committee which is responsible for the student activities. Okay, these committees search for the summer programs and search for the competitions. Okay, that there are all over the world, which are online. Okay, and they start to read like a caption on these summer programs or like some informations about these summer programs and about these competitions, and at the end they put the link of it and they tell you how to apply on it. So what made me or how can I get these informations? I already get these informations from my WhatsApp groups, okay, from my team. My team helped me a lot in knowing the competitions and knowing the summer programs and a lot. For searching, you can search a lot at online sites. You can search, right, competitions for your country. Like me at Egypt, I can say what are the competitions for Egypt and like that. Okay, and you will find a lot. So there are a lot of way and a lot of resources that you can use for searching about the summer programs and the competitions and also the scholarships. And if we talked also about the scholarships, the most important is to go on a site which is called College Board. Okay, College Board is a site which there are a lot of universities. You can know you can know a lot of information about these universities and choose the majors that you want to apply for, and then start to see if they gives you a financial aid or a part aid or all of this. Okay, so there are a lot of resources.
All right, thank you for sharing.
You're
So,
welcome.
my next question is that what is your approach to problem solving? Can you share a specific instance where you encountered a complex problem and steps you took to solve it?
Okay, for problem solving, as I told you before, that we in STEM schools, okay, I told you before what is STEM school. STEM school, a STEM school, we are not like other schools. We study and make projects. In these projects, we apply what we have learned in the subjects. We apply it in our projects. Okay, so I can give you an example. Like our capstone project. Our project is called capstone. Okay, so we can give an example. The last semester, I was with my friends. We are a team, okay? And each semester, you work with a different team. You don't work with the same person each semester, okay? You work with different person, um, for with different people. I mean, so we worked with different people. The previous challenge we worked at, or we can say the first challenges that we worked at STEM school was for building and constructing. Okay, so we worked a lot to make a beam. A beam is like it's like a beam. When cars are moving on it, yeah. So we start to make a beam. So we start to follow the ADB process, and I told you what is the ADB process, which is the engineering design process, and there are steps that you have to follow to achieve your project at the end. Okay, so we work on it until we made the beam, and this beam must have some conditions, okay? And this is our challenge. It have to load up for about 100 kilo or 150 kilogram. It have to handle it, okay? If the beam didn't break after the 125 kilogram, so it's good, it worked, okay? So this was our challenge, and I worked with my friends and with my team, and at the end we achieved it and we made the beam. So we achieved it.
All right,
Okay,
thank you so much for sharing.
you're welcome.
So, can you tell us about a project or initiative that you? I'm sorry. Can you
No,
tell
no,
us
that's
about a project or initiative that you
take your
initiated
time.
or did independently? What were the challenges you faced? What were the outcomes or lessons learned from the experience?
Okay, I can talk about. We can say that my team is like an initiative too, which is creative helpers. I told you first that creative helpers, its aim is to make people. It has three aims. I told you before. The first aim is to make people know the skills that they are, or the committees that they are applying for, like HR, graphic design, and also another things. So our initiative is to really make those people know what is an HR or what are the committees that they are applying for. Not to apply for these majors or these committees for only because they are famous. They only apply for HR because they found that all people apply for HR, and this isn't the right thing. You have to know almost the basics of this committee. Okay, If you want to apply for an HR, you can't go there and apply for an HR. You have to know what is an HR. What do the rule of HR? Okay, you have to know also if you want to apply the same thing as other companies like graphic design, PR, OC, any of them. You have to first know what this committee do. What is the role of this person? You don't have to go and apply for this committee because it's only famous. Okay, so we can say that Creative Helpers was a great initiative to make a lot of people, or we can say the Arab people, because the channel, the instructors in our channel were Egyptians, so they speak in Arabic. So we can say that's a big initiative for us to make really about 150 people all over the Arab or the Middle East know already about what are the committees that they can apply for a team, or how can they work as an HR, how can they work as a marketer, how can they work as a graphic design, and there are a lot of another examples. So that was my great initiative.
Thank you so much for sharing. And
You're welcome.
thank you so much, Mr. Ali, for sharing your incredible journey and insights with us today. It has been truly inspiring to hear about your experiences and accomplishments. So, before we conclude, is there anything else you would like to share with our audience, or any final thoughts you would like to leave them with them?
Okay. I have only thing to say to people: don't give up. Okay, never give up. Don't. A lot of people will try to tell you that you are wrong, that you are nothing. Okay, don't believe them. Believe in yourself. Okay, if you start to work on something, don't procrastinate. Never procrastinate. Continue, and you will reach what you want to reach. Okay, so never procrastinate and don't give up and don't listen to others opinions, if they are bad opinions. Okay, if they tell you that you are nothing, you are not good enough, you can't do this job, the project will never work, don't believe in them. Don't believe in them. Believe in your idea, believe in yourself, and at the end you will reach what you need or what you want to achieve. You will get a really great high positions. So my final word to you: don't and never give up.
Thank you so much. You are absolutely right. Believe in your mind, believe in your idea. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're
So,
welcome.
we sincerely appreciate your time and willingness to be part of this interview. Your patience, dedication, and drive serve as an inspiration to all of us. We wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. Once again, thank you for joining us today, and we hope to hear more about your exciting achievements in the years to come. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum
you're,
and have
you're
a
welcome.
wonderful day.
Thank you
Bye.
all. Bye.